Hey there friends, Foster the Canadian here, and welcome back to Fridays with Foster, a weekly series in which you guys send me your stories, ask me questions, ask me for advice. I share stories of my own, try to do my best in handing out advice, and this week is going to be a little different in that I'm not going to be answering advice or questions or anything that I just said this show is all about. So, what I'm going to be doing this episode is going over topics that you guys have sent in. Now, I don't normally do topics, but that's not because I don't like to go over topics, is because I don't normally get them sent in, but I've compiled a bunch of topics to go over, and that's what this episode will be all about. Now the topics, or the people who sent in the topics, are going to remain anonymous because I wasn't sure how they'd feel about having their name on here, but for future topics, if you are okay with your name being shown on the screen, and it says whoever sent in this topic, send me a message with the title Fridays with Foster or FWF topic. And if you send that in, I'll know it's okay to leave you non-anonymous. What's the opposite of anonymous? Mus. I'll leave you mus. So that sounds weird. So basically, you'll have your name in the episode of Fridays with Foster along with the topic you sent in. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get on to the first topic. Alright, topic number 1. If aliens were sent one movie/TV show/video game that represented our species as a whole, what do you think we should send? Alright, first off, I hope that you're a guy that works at NASA that just discovered, like, an alien species, and you're like, yeah, so, Foster, what do you think we should send these guys, maybe? Do you think we should, send them, like, a video game? What's your favorite game? What should we send these guys? But, I really, once again, hope that's the case, because I have the perfect suggestion for this. Now, a few of you may disagree, but hear me out here. We should send them Star Trek. Not because it's like, sci-fi or anything like that, but because Star Trek, it shows humanity's, what humanity could become, as well as the flaws of humanity. And I'm talking about the original series or the Next Generation, because, there's maybe not so much. But as far as the original series, the Next Generation go, they have, Spock, who is part human that doesn't want to express that part of himself. He wants to kind of suppress his human side, and it shows a lot about the flaws of humanity, but also what makes humanity great and worth, not destroying. And in the Next Generation, it basically shows exactly what our potential is. Like, this is the best we can become. We're very moral, we're very strong, we know when the right thing to do is, and we always do the right thing. At least Jean-Luc Picard always does the right thing, maybe not other characters in the show, but that shows the flaws in humanity, and it also shows the great potential that humanity has. So I would definitely send them the original series, the Next Generation, probably not the movies, because Picard maybe isn't the most moral guy in the movies. He turns into a badass, which isn't bad for moviegoers, but as far as showing aliens, I'd rather show them the diplomatic, compassionate side of humanity than the let's blast them and destroy them and let's take out all the Borg and all the bad guys, boom boom. I'd rather not show them that right away. Maybe if they like the original series, the Next Generation, we can then show them that and be like, okay, now you saw that, look how cool this is. But just send them those, and let me know how that goes, and if they want me to be on their spaceship. Alright, topic number 2, superhero powers. Alright, I have a question. If you could have any really lame superpower, like being able to plug in a USB the right way every time, or the ability to have your shoes tie themselves, what would you pick and why? Please put this question on Fridays with Foster. Happy face. Alright, first off, those don't sound like lame superpowers to me. I guess, compared to, like, flight and invisibility, they're a little lame, but, not having to tie your shoes or not having to... I guess the USB one's kind of lame. But I do have one. I've actually thought about this quite a bit about, what would be the best... I didn't think of it as superpower, but what would be the most convenient thing in my life? And what it would be is not needing to wipe after you go to the bathroom. Somehow, Fridays with Foster, with no questions, or no advice questions sent in, no stories sent in, still becomes about poop. But I would definitely say not having to wipe. Like, just, it's clean down there. Every time you go, it's clean. You got like a bionic bowel. That would be brilliant. Just this amazing bionic bowel. You never need to wipe, never need to buy toilet paper. It would be the best thing ever. That would be my lame superpower that I would just love. I even got a name for my superhero because I thought about this for a little bit. I would name my superhero with the bionic bowel Clean Sweep, with the ability to wipe away crime. Well, not just crime, but you know. So, yeah, that would be Clean Sweep, the superpower that doesn't need to wipe. So I hope that answers your question, and this actually, I would like to ask you guys, what would be your lame superpower? Leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what you would pick as a really lame superpower. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say, and if you agree with the Clean Sweep and his bionic bowel and how awesome that would be. Alright, topic number 3, question. Have you ever had a really bad job interview? If so, what would you do differently? And do you have any advice for people going into their first job interview? Oh boy, I actually made a video, one of my earlier videos, about my first job interview. I believe it was my first, actually no, my first job interview. Worst job interview ever as well. So I believe I was, funny enough, going to Roger's Video, which was like a video rental place, which those don't exist anymore. But I think that's what it was. Might be mixing up my stories here, but I went there and I was being asked, normal job interview questions. It was going really well, and I don't remember what it was, but either I brought up video games or he did, and we talked a tiny bit about it. We touched on it, and at the time, Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls 4, prequel to Skyrim, if you want to call it a prequel, it was pretty new, and it was really hot at the time. Everyone I knew was playing it. And the guy asked a question. He goes, look, I need to ask this just so I know, for, I guess, reasons, in case something happens, and this is just something that I need to know. Are you on any drugs or medication? Now, when he said that, I'm thinking, like, is he asking me if I do drugs? I didn't realize it was probably like a medical thing, maybe? I'm not sure. It seems like a weird question. I don't feel like that's a normal question, so I don't know what was going on, but me and my video game, like, smart-ass joking kind of mentality, I went, well, I do a lot of skooma. Skooma is a fictional drug in the Elder Scrolls universe, and he was like, okay. And I go, yeah, I like to drink some skooma, get hopped up, run around real fast, go crazy. And he starts looking at me like I'm insane. And I try to save it, and I'm like, skooma. Skooma. And I'm like panicking at this point. My heart's racing, and he's like, all right, we'll move on. And this is back at a time, again, another early video I made. I didn't know what the word fetish meant. I thought it meant like a hobby. I thought like fetish meant like something that you were interested in. Like I like making videos and doing YouTube stuff, so I would have a YouTube fetish. That's how I thought you used the word. He had a Yoda on his desk, and I'm like, I love Star Wars so much. And I got all excited, and I'm like in my panic mode still, and I'm like, oh man, Yoda. I have a huge Star Wars fetish myself. Dude stops writing and looks up at me, and he's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And I don't want to go through the entire story because I have like a 15-minute video on how bad it went. And yeah, you can probably find that. I'll probably link it in the annotations if those are still working, YouTube. Just saying, maybe get annotations working again. But yeah, that was a bad interview that I went on. Any advice for people going to their first job interview? Don't joke. Don't make a joke. Don't make any joke. Joking is bad. Joking is off limits. Joking will get you in trouble, and people will think you're serious when you're just joking. And yeah, so don't joke. Seriously though, just, try to be a very positive person that seems very excited. No one wants to hire someone that looks like they are not interested in what they're doing, that looks like they're just going to be a bummer. So be positive, put on a happy face, go in there, ask a lot of questions, show that you're curious, that you're excited to do this. It is something that you want to do and not just something that you need to do. And even if it is just something that you need to do, pretend that this is just something you want to do. Like, oh man, I want to stock shelves. It's my dream. I can't wait to stock shelves. I'm so excited. Ask what the future could hold if you excel in this job. If you get the job, ask, what you can do to better yourself and better your performance at the job, and you should do fine. Once again, no skooma jokes. Please don't make a skooma joke. Even if he looks like he is a gamer and interested in video games and you talked a little bit about video games, there's always a chance that he won't know what you're talking about and will think that you do some weird drug called skooma and that you run around real fast and I don't know what I said. You can go check out that video. Until I was gonna end the video here because I'm so ashamed to bring the story up again. Okay, moving on. Alright, before we end this, I'd like to give a special birthday shout out to MC Skybox. It's his birthday yesterday, I believe, at the time of this recording. So, happy birthday! And if you guys have a birthday between now and next Fridays with Foster, let me know, I'll give you a shout out. Why not? Why not make this a little bit of a thing? If it becomes overwhelming, I might have to stop it. But in the meantime, hell yeah, I'll give you a birthday shout out. I think I missed someone a couple weeks ago, so I apologize if I forgot to give you a shout out. I did mean to, but something either came up or I already had recorded the video, so I apologize. And yeah. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Fridays with Foster. The gameplay footage that you saw is from a game night that I did a little bit ago. I missed out on game night last week, but I'm definitely doing it again this week. If you want to join in, Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be hopping on Halo 4, getting some footage for Fridays with Foster, and having a lot of fun. I've got some new game types that we can try out that they're pretty interesting. I think we'll have a lot of fun with them. Last week, the week before, I got freaked out with one game type, and that was a lot of fun, just yelling and screaming. A lot of people flipping out. It was a scary game type. And we also did the footage you see here. So until next time, this Foster... Oh, yeah, that's what I want to say. If you have a topic to send in and you want your name included, Fridays with Foster topic should be the subject, or FWF topic, something like that. And I'll remember to keep your name in so you can see your name pop up in the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Please send in your topics, questions, ask me for advice, talk about poop, girlfriend problems, you know, the usual. Until next time, this is Foster the Canadian, saying see ya.